Happy Monday. Good morning, everyone. Lisa, Lydia, Scott here with you on this April 22nd. Of course, we're live every weekday morning right here on Facebook. It stays on your Facebook feed throughout the day, so you can watch it whenever it works for you. If live is not that time, that's okay. We also make it into a podcast. You can find that at inform.com/podcast. Just look for the Inform Minute. And check us out on all of the social media platforms, not just Facebook.
All right, today, Lydia, we have several weather headlines, including wind and also some fire danger.
Fire danger, chance of rain
in
some spots, nice temperatures. So we're kind of all over the place with today's forecast. Let's start with the wind. It's picking up out of the south right now, like a general 10 to 20 miles an hour. This afternoon, it turns to the west. Once it gets to that direction, it really ramps up, gusting 30 to 40. Some places out west, Jamestown, 281, down toward Ellendale, out to Montana. That's where you're gusting up near 45 miles an hour today. And you have a wind advisory in effect until 9 p.m. The rest of us just plain windy, but windy and dry, so I have fire danger to talk about. And we have a red flag warning in effect for basically the southern 2/3 of North Dakota. Think Highway 200 and points off to the south. It does include Fargo, Valley City, Jamestown, that whole I-94 corridor across North Dakota, and then down to the North Dakota and South Dakota border. That's in effect until 8 p.m. tonight, so that means you have to be very careful with anything that is sparky. Cigarette butts, tow chains come to mind. Burning things, probably not a good idea today. If a fire starts, it can spread and easily get out of hand with these winds, and then the really dry brush and dry conditions out there with relative humidity less than 20% today. Now, all of that, despite the fact that we are tracking a chance of rain to move in today. And that's not a big enough rain or a moisture maker enough to deplete the fire danger. So I am tracking both of them together. A little bit of line of sprinkles right now, Northern Valley through the Devil's Lake Basin down toward Bismarck. A lot of it not hitting the ground. That will continue to move to the east-northeast fairly quickly. Not a big moisture with that one. A little bit of a midday break. We'll see some sunshine. Those very strong winds this afternoon. Temps in the 60s today. If you just looked at the temperature for today, it would look like a really nice day.
A little deceiving.
65 is what we're forecasting, but there are all these other layers that are playing into it. And then another batch of showers moves in later tonight from the north, kind of swinging down to the south. Scattered showers, maybe a rumble of thunder. That's not out of the question. I'd say your better chance for rain comes with the second round later today. And then those last through the overnight into early tomorrow morning. Then behind that, our wind turns to the north, and that gives us a colder day for tomorrow with highs in the 50s. I still expect very strong winds for your Tuesday. Wouldn't necessarily be surprised to have some sort of fire watch headline for tomorrow as well. Nice days on Wednesday, Thursday, back into the 60s, close to 70 on Thursday. And then showers are back in your forecast Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So if you're hoping for rain, you've got a good shot over the weekend here. Right now, I don't see it raining every single day, all day long. Not a super soaker kind of situation, but a widespread system to move into kind of gives us several waves of rain showers over those 4 days. So things to think about if you have outdoor weekend plans. Just kind of tuck it in the back of your mind right now. We'll keep you updated as we head throughout the week.
Sure.
Okay.
Sounds great.
That's all. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, well, kind of sticking with weather, because we're going to be talking about this a lot throughout the week. Today is the start of Severe Weather Awareness Week in North Dakota. So today, the National Weather Service is highlighting severe thunderstorms. Of course, we know that thunderstorms can produce damaging winds, large hail, as well as tornadoes, flash flooding, and deadly lightning. So throughout the rest of the week, there will be a lot of things that we're going to be talking about. Thunderstorms today, but tomorrow we're going to be talking about tornadoes specifically. Wednesday, there's going to be a statewide tornado drill. So just be aware at 11:15 that day you'll forget, because we all forget, and then you'll be like, what's that? Oh yeah, it's the drill. So just something going on every single day. Thursday, we're going to talk about the dangers of lightning. Friday, we're going to talk about flash flooding, which of course here we're also very familiar with flooding. Remember, you always need to stay ahead of the storm. And you can do that by using our free WDAY Storm Tracker weather app. It's great during the winter. Even now we're talking about just a few sprinkles and wind, but especially during severe thunderstorm season.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where people hear and like, oh yeah, some thunderstorms, tornadoes, we know how all this stuff works. But the thing is, it's kind of like when we talk about it in the winter, they're just reminders, because you never know when you're going to need to use those skills, or when there's going to be a time that you need to recall these little plans you have and those types of things. So it's just good to be prepared, and that's what it's all about. All right, new this morning, the Fargo Police Department is enlisting the help of the federal government to review its policies and procedures when officers are involved in a shooting. It's being done at the request of Fargo Police Chief David Zabolski. The DOJ's Office of Community-Oriented Policing Services will be doing it. That decision was made following 2 requests for reviews. One came from the Police Advisory Board, that one was rejected in December of 2022, and the other from the Native American Commission, that was last summer, and it was never placed on the City Commission's agenda. So we've also learned that as part of this review, the office will be looking over 3 deadly shootings involving Fargo police officers. So there's a lot to this story. You can head over to our website right now, inform.com, to read more about that, the cases, and kind of what all has played into this decision.
Today, Fargo city leaders will be joining city leaders from really across the country, looking to this U.S. Supreme Court for answers on how to combat homelessness. Justices will be hearing arguments about homeless encampments and whether actions against those encampments can violate the country's constitution. As you may be aware, this is a story that we've been following here in Fargo very closely. In March, Fargo Public Works cleared out a homeless encampment near the Red River in downtown Fargo after 2 fires had recently started there. Now, the Supreme Court is expected to lay out guidelines for how cities can regulate these types of areas. The Supreme Court's decision is expected by the end of June, but of course, we'll continue to track that story for you.
Yep. All right, today on Hot Mic with Dom Izzo, Bison Spring Football is now in the books. What are the big takeaways heading into the fall? Jeff Kolpak has those answers at 9:30. Plus, another huge crowd is expected tonight at Shields Arena as the Force resume their playoff run to a title. Why are those crowds so big? Well, I think it's because the team is so good.
So good, yeah. I'm
they're great.
hoping to go out there for a little bit tonight. So tomorrow, if I'm tired, it's blame the Fargo Force.
Hey,
but it's
well,
just been a wild season.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Hot Mic with Dom Izzo coming up 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra and Inform.com. And remember, now is a great time to get that Inform.com subscription. 99 cents a month for your first 3 months. Just go to Inform.com/subscribe to check it out.
Yeah, and then join us the rest of the day for our newscast. Our team has you covered at 11, 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. And we'll be back with First News tomorrow morning from 5 to 7.
Have a great day, everyone.